What is up? Hey, motherfuckers. Hi. How you doing? Yes, we just cussed right out the gate. So
Right out the gate.
YouTube, I love you. You're not giving me any money anyway. So you know what? Fuck shit. Damn. All right. So we got that out the gate, Kevin, and all your YouTube dreams are now crushed too because of my mouth. So
Oh,
you
that's all
know,
right. I crushed him a long time ago with filmed streams back when in my
ooh.
early 20s. They have been scrubbed from the internet, but boy, they
Yeah.
remember in my mind.
Yeah, I did a few PLEs where I tried to throw them up there as they were happening. Not a good thing with YouTube.
Nah, they don't like that.
They shut that down quick. Well, Kevin, we just had another week that we passed. You were a guest host on the house party on
Little house
Sunday,
party.
which was so much fun. We had an amazing guest,
Yeah,
and
big shout out to Gresh.
yeah, Joshua Gresh. Go out there and check his stuff out. He does fantastic work. And what I loved about him too was just his mind and the conversation we were able to have with him, and a lot of deep thinking with that young man. A lot of deep.
Yeah. I loved hearing about his journey, I think the most, and like
Yeah.
how he got through places and his philosophy on a couple things. Cause it very much mirrored my thoughts, but it also gave me I like when people give me things to think about.
Yep.
Even if I don't end up like changing anything that I believe or like the way I go about things, I like having a chance to reassess. Because if I'm not reassessing and reaffirming my stuff, then guess what? It's time to change.
Yep. You become stagnant, and then where is your growth as a human?
Yeah. Well, on top of that, if you're not growing, maybe this is a teacher mindset, but if you're not learning and you feel like you have all of the answers, chances are you have none of the answers. And if you aren't willing to listen to other people and you're willing to assume that one source has all of the answers, you probably have none of the answers then as well.
Yeah, that's very true, and we've experienced that through our own personal journeys and seen that. And we could tell people until we're blue in the face, but until they experience it themselves, it's one of those lessons. But
Yeah.
yes, I agree with you. Joshua over there was Gresh was he was awesome. I thoroughly
Yeah.
enjoyed talking to him and can't wait for another discussion. And
Mhm.
fans, just so you know, in case you're just that sports nut who just can't get enough, we have the ticker down below, which is giving you every single bit of news coming out of your major sporting events, including soccer. I know we are now entering playoffs, and there is a lot of movement happening in MLB too,
Mhm.
with trades and things. So just a heads up for you fans out there,
I
you got
like
a little
that
ticker
ticker. I
down.
liked it on Sunday because it was keeping track of the 1 o'clock games while we were all talking. So I got to see it go across.
Exactly.
'Cause I think it was Buffalo and Jacksonville was the 1 o'clock game.
I think
And
so
it was a
too.
really tight one.
Yeah. Yeah. I absolutely have loved this feature. This platform we use. They're doing some really good work. I can't
Mhm.
wait until we actually do a sports show, because we can take two teams, and then the program will run their stats together. And then I just seen they added, you can single out a player
Oh,
and you can go through their stats. So I'm looking forward to that the closer we get into playoffs.
yeah. Well,
So
I
that'll be
assume
fun.
more of that talk will come up, if not and it's on its own show for specials, uh, at least in the house party.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, especially if we start talking shit to each other.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna be able to pull some stuff
My
up.
my teams are already dead, brother. There ain't gonna be no shit talking. It's just gonna be me saying other
Exactly. You'll have the stats. It'll be great. Uh,
things.
we got House in the chat chiming in, letting us know what's up, fellas. He loves the ticker. A weekly sports show wouldn't be an awful idea, he's saying.
Mhm.
And we got Dirty Dick Flair chiming in. He loves the ticker. He thinks it's awesome. Yeah, we do too. We love the fact that it gives you guys that ability to be able to check stuff while you're listening to your favorite podcasters in your house. Speaking of that, Kevin, we got a job to do, man. We got to talk some Monday Night Raw.
Oh man, you know
Um,
how I hate working, but I do love this job.
this is true. This is true. Um, so, Kevin, we heard a lot of the chatter and we discussed a lot of it with the crossover episode from the previous week, um, which kind of, gave an advantage to this week.
Mhm.
This is a week where they were able to uh, see what the fans didn't enjoy and kind of run with it and maybe change a little course. We've seen the little course changing, but it was some. I I thoroughly liked this Raw. I thought
I I enjoyed
stories.
this Raw too. It
Yeah,
it, it was so it felt like, and this is bad because there were a lot of good wrestling matches in the last show.
yeah,
In the sense of like Maxine and Becky was a good match. The women's tag titles was a good match. Punk and Breaker was a good match. Like these were all solid matches. But they didn't feel like they furthered anything because I feel like they were trying to end a bunch of things. But we're not used to seeing Raw end things that are that big. So we
no,
wanted something more like, it's the beginning of the year. Let's throw a wrench in everything, which we ended up getting on SmackDown.
very
But
true.
in the end, in retrospect, I think last Monday was what it needed to be because if you threw the wrench and you had Breaker beat Punk, I don't think Drew's win is as meaningful because then you already have Breaker going off and that's the big thing that happened that week, right?
Hmm.
Then you have Drew winning against Cody and now it gets lost in the shuffle of, now we just have two new champs. So you can now have Punk keep that title and lose it later, which, maybe we'll get into a little bit on Raw. I doubt his
Yeah,
next challenger does it, but boy, am I excited for the match.
I am excited for that one too. That's going to be a fun discussion when it happens because I kind of feel that maybe both of us have been waiting for this
Yeah,
match and kind of feel I'm going to speak for me. I feel that Finn needs another world title run. I
I don't
liked
think
the
it's
idea
right.
when they
I don't think it's right now, but I
no.
think you're right. I think because right now he's just getting back into singles because he's been a tag guy with JD McDonough,
Yep,
and that wasn't a bad thing because them as a tag team was phenomenal. Like, it was
it
so
was
good.
great
They
and
were
what the
such,
tag division needed.
and exactly what the tag division needed. And really, for looking back, if we're looking back, they kind of carried the tag division for like 6 to 7 months because they were all building up teams or figuring things out. And I'll give my thoughts on Breaker too, but I think Dirty Dick's right. If Breaker were to win the title right now, I don't think it would have as much of an impact as if we wait for Breaker
Yeah.
to win it later. Because I think, and some people are going to disagree with me, I'm sure. I think Breaker's a stronger face than he is a heel in the end.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm ready for Breaker to be a face again before he wins that title. I don't need him to win it as a heel. I want him to win it as a monster face. That's what I want to see.
I
That
like
could
it.
be a year down the line because you got to run out the Vision stuff to make sure he's propped up and make sure he's a menace.
Yeah.
But I don't think Breaker doesn't have what it takes to be a heel because I think he does. But his sheer fire and energy just makes you want to get behind him and like bark like a dog and get everything going. Like there's no reason to fight that when you actually want to do that title change. Is kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah, no, and I agree because you can milk so much more out of Breaker,
Mm-hmm.
um, giving him that face run to where everybody's so far behind him, and then when he switches back to a heel,
Mm-hmm.
maybe after losing the title during his face run, something
Yeah.
like that, you're getting the crowd really behind him, and you're loading up a lot of his ammunition for him to where he just has to show up.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, when a wrestler can just show up, put on a great match and just be there, that's easy money for you
Yeah.
guys. Like that's you got people buying your merch, you got people wanting your autograph. I
You
think
know,
that's
the
fantastic.
easiest, the workers who have it the easiest, generally, the wrestlers who have it the easiest, in my opinion, and everyone will have a different opinion on this front, is if your entrance music can hit and everyone comes unglued and out of their seat, you have the easiest thing of the night.
Yeah.
Stone Cold, that glass broke, everyone jumped up. It didn't matter. if his stomps never hit a goddamn person in the gut once, not even close. You didn't care. You were too busy wutting while he corner kicked them. Who cared?
Yep.
You were in the
Exactly.
moment. That
Yeah,
man started punching people. Man, like I saw daylight on so many stars punches, but like there's no reason to analyze it because you're in the moment. You're going. Like they're over. It doesn't matter what happens.
dude. I
The Rock's elbow drop isn't more effective than another elbow drop, but boy, was it good when The Rock did it.
exactly. And speaking of The Rock and exactly what you're talking about, I remember a Mania watching I believe it was Rock and Austin.
Mhm.
I'm not sure which Mania it was versus each other, but the camera fucked up because he went in on The Rock and The Rock was blading himself.
Mhm.
And if I would have seen that with any other wrestler, it would have been an issue with me.
Yeah.
But because it was The Rock, it was like, dude, he's gonna do 10 times more better things after this
Mhm.
than so I can understand where your mindset when you say that is.
People get forgiven more if they're more over. Um,
Exactly.
I don't want to go off on too much of that tangent though, in the sense that I want to bring it back to Finn Balor
Yes.
because Finn Balor has been waiting for a moment to be relevant again. And I don't mean relevant in the sense of he's relevant to the program and to the product because he has been, even though he took a bit of a backseat to like a Dom to make sure he got over, to a Liv Morgan, to a Rhea Ripley, to a Damian Priest. He's been the guy who's been in the shadows helping a bunch of other people. So he's kept a focus, but at the same time, because he hasn't been a singles focus, you know what people have started to do, Voice? They've
Mm.
started to yearn for a Finn Balor singles run.
Yeah.
They've started to yearn that, ooh, what if Finn Balor gets another singles run? And then they started asking those questions like, I want to say a year ago, I started seeing them pop up every so often. Then they started to get louder. Then they started
Mhm.
to get louder. And now they're finally loud enough that WWE goes, okay, now it's time. Because Finn was waiting in the wings.
Oh yeah.
There was always going to be a Judgment Day breakup. And Finn was always going to come out of that doing something because there's no way they're going to walk away from Finn until Finn walks away from wrestling. So I love the idea of giving him this match. It inserts him back into the main event. It freshens up the main event area where it's just, hey, we can put Finn in with new people now. Um, do I think he's going to win? No. I
Yeah.
don't think Finn's going to win this title. I don't see a reason for Finn to win this title currently. I think he's on a redemption track rather than a fast track, if that makes sense.
No, it does.
And we, I think people are clamoring to see face Finn Balor again, not heel Finn Balor. They're not to say that Finn can't be a heel. He can. He's done it. But I think people are clamoring to get behind Finn again. So he needs more of a redemption where he falls to the champ first and then maybe gets it back. Again, this is a year, maybe 2 years down the line even. He's still got time with how he does conditioning. But Finn being in the main event now, and I loved the promo that they did. It was so efficient.
Yeah.
It gave me an efficiency gasm. There was no wasted words, and they didn't just ramble.
Yeah. No,
Boom.
and
This is what we're doing. Here I am. Ireland. Suck it. Cool.
dude, I absolutely loved Finn's facial expressions
Mhm.
especially when Punk was stating truths. When Punk was stating truths and he was shining that light in Finn's face, Finn had to. It's almost like you've seen him have to accept it's time for me to take hold of my own destiny
Mhm.
instead of relying upon Judgment Day. Well,
Yeah.
nothing against the Judgment Day. I absolutely love that faction, think it's fantastic. But I do adore Finn Balor as a singles competitor because he is just he's a once in a lifetime in the ring,
Yeah.
and I'm really excited for the fact that we don't have Vince backstage demanding the demon character.
Well, it's also when Vince was backstage, and this is for better or for worse too, because some guys got a chance that needed it that might not have. But for better or for worse, Vince looked at size and
Yes.
look above all else, not in ring ability. And granted, I do still think look is one of the biggest things, but under Triple H and under TKO, look can mean a lot of different things rather than just I am 6'4" and 250 lean.
Yep.
And you don't need to be a jacked guy. You just need to look like you could beat someone up. And if you look like you could beat someone up, you could have a spot on this roster and do something well with it. And
I can hear him backstage. No one can beat a demon. The demon that's what makes it believable.
Oh man. Oh, we got to sell the demon merch, Finn. Get out there in your makeup. Make me some money.
Yes. Dirty Dick, this is exactly where I'm at mentally with that character. And I think with, like Kevin saying, we get a face run with Finn. Yeah. That demon is that redemption arc there. That's what brings everybody into getting behind him, because we know in the lore of Finn Balor, he has to go to a different place to bring that out. And when he does, if you're across from him when that bell goes off, good luck to you, because the demon is somebody I wouldn't want to go up against in any aspect.
That's a good question from Khan there, though. Does he just bring it back next week? And I think there's a pro and no pun intended, con to it, in the sense that I think it would be a very special moment to bring it back and to have it be that world title match, and to immediately go into there, especially in Ireland, like, you're going to get a reaction off of it, and it'll give that perception. I would say the con of it is that if you use it next week, if Finn doesn't win, the first thing that you have the demons shown doing is losing. And I don't think you want to do that to that demon character, because it's supposed to be the alter ego that's like a world ender. So you want to wait to beat him, if that makes sense. And I just don't think Finn's going to win next week.
Fighting was one. We'll get to your question in a second. Yeah, Kevin, I agree with you. You have to make Finn humanized again. And I think this is the match you humanize him with the rest of the fans to get that face turn. So bringing the demon, to me, you've already thrown out all your trumps in a euchre game.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, I want to play too. I'm your partner. So I think that it would be a good call to hold off on that. And Kevin, for Fighting's one, do you have any good Finn Balor matches?
All right. Off top of my head, I can think of Finn Balor and Samoa Joe pretty much anytime they faced each other in NXT. I'm trying to remember exactly when he came in, because he might have had some matches. Because Finn may have faced Kenta while he was still there, and I bet they had a good match. Oh man, I'm trying to think back on that era. Those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head, because I don't think Gargano and Ciampa and Adam Cole were really big when Finn was there. Maybe Cole, and I bet they had a good match.
Well, just recently in 2025, go back and watch the Kyle O'Reilly matches with Finn Balor.
Yeah.
You're going to love those. And just scrolling through a lot of his top matches from back then. Kevin Owens, Dragunov.
He did face Adam Cole.
Yeah.
I bet that was a good one. Balor and Karrion Kross had a match that I bet was
That's
good
what
too.
I was just getting ready to say was the Karrion
one Kross. That I remember specifically was Samoa Joe and Finn Balor in the steel cage. That's the one I specifically remember that I know is good. But just looking at the talent that they had in NXT, just look up like any prominent ROH guy that you've ever heard of, because they went through NXT at some point when Finn was there, and I bet it was a good match.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I love that talk. It's Finn Balor talk. Definitely needed for this past Monday night. Kevin, let me ask you real quick. So before we went live, even though I was a little late, sorry fans. Um, we did hit something real quick, and we talked about the difference between the previous Raw up to this one, the
Mhm.
crossover, and all of that. And you said story pushing was a big feature in this one. Um, I want to get your insights on specifically what stories this week were really piquing your interest, and the way they're pushing it. Are you liking it? Are you not? Are you finding different ways in your head to make it work? Where are you at on this?
So one of the ones that stood out to me, because, and as I've said, I think on this program before, my favorite stories are the ones that I don't know where they're going, or
Yeah.
the ones that or the ones that I look at and I go, wow, this could go a lot of different ways. Braun Breaker's story coming out of that loss in the title match. I can see this going a lot of different ways, because right now they can either do some kind of legal battle to get out of this suspension that they just gave him for putting his hands on Adam Pearce and threatening Adam Pearce,
Mm-hmm.
or we could be looking at Braun Breaker attacking Adam Pearce, like legitimately attacking Adam Pearce, not holding him, not threatening him, spearing Adam Pearce. So that would be another general manager angle. We haven't seen one of those in a long time, but we know both general managers are former wrestlers.
Yeah.
Adam Pearce is a former wrestler out of ROH. Nick Aldis, very famously in NWA. I I think Adam Pearce, I don't think Adam Pearce gets fired. I think Adam Pearce gets attacked first. Like, we might get to a firing. We might get there. But if Adam Pearce is going to be fired, then it needs to be something to pay off what happened. It can't just be, he's gone. He's gone, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because if you do that, then you're just writing him off. And like, you can write him off, I guess, but at that point, where's your payoff? At minimum, Pearce is going to get assaulted by Braun Breaker. Whether he's written off based on that assault and fired at the same time, I could see that being a thing. But he's getting attacked by Braun Breaker on his way out.
Oh yeah, that's
and,
happening.
and with that, that leads to Breaker feeling more dangerous, more dangerous, more dangerous. And he's not just going over wrestlers. Now he's attacking officials. We can really push those angles where he's not just a bully to the people around him, but he's a bully. He's a bully to everyone, and he gets what he wants no matter what.
Yeah, I like that angle because it gives a reason for his suspension. I mean, I get he put his hands on him, but honestly, that's you to me. You just got done doing that type of uh, storyline with Drew. Like it's fresh. I mean, this just happened a few months ago. So I think to amp it up, that's the key right there. Have Breaker actually do something. Like it you could in this day and age, WWE can make this so cinematic that
Mhm.
it would be fun. Like
Yep.
you could legit play in that world of did he really fuck up Pierce that bad?
Mhm.
Um, and I think that's where me and your minds kind of go because we like that. We like to be, wait, that shock of, is it okay? Did
You
something
really gonna
actually
get that?
happen? Yeah.
Mhm.
Is this happening? Okay. I like when they do that. I mean, honestly, when they watching SmackDown and them seeing me watching them hand Drew the title,
Mhm.
like I honestly did not think that was going to happen. And then to watch it happen and to be okay with it, and then the next morning seeing Drew play into the character like you talked about on Sunday. He's hitting everything with his character. So if that's paying off, do it with Breaker then. Make him that monster like you're talking about. If
Mhm.
he has to put Pierce into the side of a semi,
Uh-huh.
something like the lawn dart of Rey Mysterio from Kevin Nash.
There's
We got.
always ways. Think one that comes to mind that they haven't done in a while. Um they haven't done something where they put someone through the not the Titantron but the stage.
Oh yeah.
Think Rhino famously putting, I think, Jericho through the back of the SmackDown sign during the invasion angle. If we do something like that where Braun Breaker is unstably breaking people through things, let's give that Breaker last name a meaning instead of just why isn't it Steiner? let's break through some things. Let's make him smash and grab things.
Yeah, and Tony Dick or Dirty Dick, he said the same thing. He wants the Breaker name to be dropped and just embrace the Steiner name.
Yeah.
And I've heard that quite often. I can see where people are coming from, but I can also see you don't have to have the Steiner name to have the Steiner attitude
I see
or
Rick
charisma.
Steiner every time he walks through that curtain, and he doesn't need a Steiner name for me to see it.
Yeah.
I do truly get where people are coming from. Like, hey,
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't have to pull the wool over our eyes. We know he's a Steiner. Yes, we all do. Yes, they've called attention to it on programming. So I get where people are coming from in that sense. At the same time, you don't necessarily need the last name that's there. Because, like, I'll use another famous example. Rocky Johnson and The Rock. Those aren't last names. You don't have the same last name. Sure, The Rock is a playoff of Rocky Johnson, I'm sure, to an extent. But then you have High Chief Peter Maivia in the same family. And boy, there's nothing there now.
Yeah, you've gone through that.
So I get it. I do. I don't look at it as that important as long as it passes the name test to me. And the name test, Braun Breaker, an alliteration tends to make a pretty strong name in the sense of like Braun Breaker, BR, that first consonant sound. And I know I'm getting into linguistics, but it rolls off the tongue well enough that it'll go through that name test. I don't like Solo Sikoa is another good example. Solo Uso doesn't sound as good. Solo Sikoa, the alliteration rolls off the tongue easier. It goes further.
Yeah.
So because it's more awkward to change your mouth noises, for lack of better term, to go from Solo Uso to other than Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa, bam, I'm off of it. So again, like I get it. I do.
Yeah.
You want the legitimacy of it. You know he's related to them. Cool. I think Braun Breaker is actually a stronger name in the long run. Like I could still argue Walter versus Gunther. I don't think there's that much of a difference. They didn't need to change that name, I don't think. But other than to own it.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, I still think with the other young Steiner coming up, there's a chance when they tag team, they are referenced as the Steiner brothers.
Yeah.
Or the Steiner cousins or something. Steiner will be inserted in that.
Steiner name will likely be used at some point.
Exactly. And so that's why I'm all for this. Braun, do you, man? Because
oh my God, I'm so excited to see where they go with Braun at this point.
Yeah.
I don't want him near the world title right now. Not because he isn't legitimate in the sense of like a competitor or a contender for it, but I think there's more business in him just being an unstable badass, just killing people until finally he gets to the person he's going to beat.
Let me ask you this. Do you want him to get that title while he's in the Vision or outside of the Vision?
Like I said before, I'd prefer him winning it once he's a face, just because of the energy. I think you can really pop a crowd on that energy and everything. I think people are already getting behind him. They were already getting behind him when he was in the Vision, whereas people don't get behind as much with Logan Paul. They don't get behind as much with Austin Theory. Don't get behind as much with Bronson Reed. The person they're behind is Braun Breaker.
Yep.
And really, he's a heel by proxy to Paul Heyman. because if he didn't have Paul Heyman voice, he's a face. I guarantee you he's a face. I
Yeah.
don't care who he's attacking. He's a face because people want to see him do that wild spear and skid mark Dragon Lee across the ground, which was wild to witness on Raw.
No, we would not be upset.
I would not be upset if Logan Paul was in the Royal Rumble. No.
No. Uh,
I don't
we,
think I'd even be upset if he won the Royal Rumble
no.
because I don't think I Logan Paul, and everyone's going to have to come to terms with this, and I'm going to say it right now. Logan Paul, at some point, will hold the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't know when it will happen. I don't know how it will happen. I assume through cheaty means because he's one of the best heels they have on the roster because everybody already hated him before he was signed.
Yeah.
But because of that heat, he's going to hold the world title.
Exactly. And we've praised him in matches that he's done amazing in, and we like a lot of his energy because he does do great heel work. And Fighting's one, no, I honestly don't think that this is a crazy statement because
it depends on what you value more, I think.
And that's exactly where I was going with it. Depending on how you view these men and women in the ring, you know, this is a valid statement too. I mean, I could honestly see where you're coming from with where you could see Mello is better than Braun in the ring. I get it.
I think Mello, okay, coming from a workers and wrestlers perspective, Braun has more of the intangibles that you really just like can't teach in the sense of like explosive energy, knows himself back to front. You can teach athletic ability and you can train that, but boy, is he a freak athlete. Mello, on the other hand, to me, is more seasoned. He's smoother in the ring. He's not as rugged. He gets to places quicker. His in-ring positioning is better. It's further along. And that's the difference between Bron Breakker coming up in the WWE system and Mello coming from the independents. And like getting that experience having to carry younger guys and, you know, everything like that, because now he's smooth no matter if he's in there with someone who's been in there for 20 years or 1 year. So I don't think it's a crazy take to say that Mello is someone's, if someone likes Mello more than Bron Breakker. I do think as of right now, and that doesn't mean things can't change, but as of right now, there's only one of those two that I see being a main event winner at WrestleMania, and that's Bron Breakker. That doesn't mean Mello can't grow into it. It doesn't mean that you can't book it in a way that we start believing it. But right now, I could believe Bron Breakker in a main event. I believe Bron Breakker in a main event 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Just by his look and energy.
Yeah.
And I knew seasoning would come down the line, and it already has. So I don't think I'll make a bold prediction right now. You made a bold prediction about Ivy Nile. I'm going to make a bold prediction right now. It's not going to be this year, voice. Next year, Bron Breakker will main event a WrestleMania.
Hey, you know what? You're probably right on that one. If I had to put some money in Vegas, I would put money on that bet.
I don't think he's the best odds, but he's good enough odds to bet in Vegas.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and you would get a decent payout if that happened. Do you guys want Javon Evans to win the Royal Rumble? I
think
assume that's
no,
one.
not right now.
Yeah, not right now.
I want Javon Evans to have a feature spot. Think of so Kofi can't do it right now because he's a heel. Have him do the Kofi spot where he does something super athletic and he gets over doing that, as opposed to kind of just like winning the Rumble out of nowhere. I think if you want an underdog to win the Rumble, it's written on the wall and it's Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
You put Sami Zayn over at the Rumble in Saudi Arabia.
It would make most sense.
It's a no-brainer to me. If you want Sami to ever win a Rumble and to do this and to win a world title, we're getting there. And this is one of the best opportunities you got.
No, you're 100%. Especially if you want to get the max that you possibly can out of it. that would be when to pull the trigger.
Yep.
Um, n- I'm not all for Roman Reigns coming back and wins all the titles back.
Mm.
I love where they're going with titles right now. Um,
I
I
wouldn't hate a Roman versus Drew at Mania, but
no,
I would prefer Drew to just walk out with that title at that point, hook or crook.
yeah, no, I think I'm there with you on that one because uh, if you just threw the title on Drew, we need a good few months with him
Mm-hmm.
as a champion because we just need to see what he can do as a champion in that position and not the chaser.
Yep.
Because we talk about a lot of the times on here, our favorite times are when guys are the chaser.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Those baby faces need to chase.
exactly. But when you can have a guy who can hold that title and make us be like, we get it, we understand it, then you're doing great work.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where we need to come to with Drew. I'm not saying that we're not going to get that with him, but I need at least 3 months with him with that title.
Mm-hmm.
We got another Kevin chiming in saying,
Ooh,
I
brother
want
Kevin.
Dominic Mysterio to relinquish the Intercontinental Champion
Mm.
because other talent needs that. Rusev, Penta, Javon, and
Don't
many others.
I don't disagree with the premise of this, but I disagree with relinquishing. Assuming this is a corollary. Assuming that Mysterio isn't out forever. If he is still gonna be there at Mania, that's the time to beat Dom. Because then Dom can move on to face a CM Punk if he still has the title.
True.
Because you know what feud I would love to see? Dominic Mysterio versus CM Punk. I need Dom out of the Intercontinental title picture, not because he's doing a bad thing with the title, but because I want him moved up. He is my favorite, other than Gunther. He is my favorite heel in wrestling, in the
Yeah.
sense that he just pisses people off and they lap it up, and then he pisses them off again. He's like, well, what the? Why'd I cheer for you in the first place?
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be what I want to see. But I hate relinquishing titles unless you have to, because if you relinquish a title, you rob someone of getting some kind of rub from beating you. Like, they didn't win the title from the champ, right? They won
Yeah.
the title because the champ let go of the title. So they feel like a false champion until they beat the title holder when he comes back. So I don't like relinquishing in that sense. But I do think it's time for Dom to lose the Intercontinental title and to lose it to someone so that he could put them over and they go forth. A Penta would be perfect. A Javon Evans would be perfect. Someone that we can bring on the come up and make relevant in the mid card just by beating Dominic Mysterio. He has that level where if a mid card guy beats Dom Mysterio, that's a boom. Now he's up.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. The way you laid that out. And I'm just thinking to myself, I would honestly, with this, whoever gets the Intercontinental title next, what I need to see is I need to see that title flip flop a few more times. Just because to me, if people are winning that title one right after another, that title's important again. And I'm not saying that Dominic is making it unimportant, but I come from an era of wrestling, kids. Now let's sit back and listen, get your milk and your cookies, and it's story time. I come from an era that the Intercontinental title meant you're next in line for the world title. That meant that you were the person that was almost guaranteed a match against the world holder whenever the stories crossed. That was the same with the United States title um, over in WCW. It kind of showed you, hey, this is who we're investing our energy in for your next champion. Get used to him as a champion as the IC because his next move up is going to be the world title. And I liked that. I really did. I like how it's been going lately. Dominic, I think he's had a great career and a title run with the IC title. He made heels great again. Like the dude's good. He's great, but I just think that there needs to be some energy, some uh, liveliness added to the IC title, and the list of names that we got for that opportunity. I'm there with. We even have Fightins One saying Matt Cardona. I
I
I
don't hate it.
think
Let's go for it.
he would be a great energy type champion.
He's over on
Exact.
SmackDown, so it'd have to be the US title at some point. But still, the way, and it's funny how life comes back around,
Mhm.
because I agree with you, voice. In order now for titles to feel more important, we actually need more title changes. Whereas if you would have asked me this with my current knowledge 15 years ago, I'd have said, no, we need longer reigns,
Yeah,
because the titles had already changed too many times at that point. Titles were
exactly.
moving around all over the place. CM Punk's reign back in the day, that was like 300 some days, that was a breath of fresh air
Yeah,
because it didn't happen. Roman Reigns' title reign was, looking back, a breath of fresh air because it never happened. Now it's the standard.
yeah,
So let's destroy that standard, because now it'll make it more meaningful and more unpredictable again, as opposed to keeping it status quo. Because then once you get more title changes and more title holders and more things, then you can have a longer title reign again and it's meaningful. Because right now, meaningful title reigns, long title reigns don't necessarily feel meaningful. They feel stale. Not because they are stale in the sense of like that person is stale. They tend to get blamed for actually not their fault, but because long title reigns are stale.
yeah.
It's not because Cody's stale, boys and girls. Sit down. Cody is still doing the best work of his career and is still
Oh,
doing really well. But the problem is, the second he gets the title back, it feels like another reign is coming. Another long reign is coming.
yeah.
And that feels stale.
Yeah. And I honestly think, with the Roman title run and then also Gunther's title run, it kind of programmed a lot of us to think that that's what's going to happen, especially when they add somebody in there like that. And to me, CM Punk's his over 300-day title run, like you said, was a breath of fresh air because it put the brakes on the flip-flopping, and in that sense, with that timeline, it made the title that much more important because
Mm-hmm.
one guy had it.
Who's going to beat him? Now it became a
Exactly.
question of who's going to beat him. And
Yeah.
everyone felt like they could have beat him going forward because there were so many title changes. We believed Kane could walk into a match with CM Punk and beat him because we didn't know. We
Yep.
didn't think he would do it, but like he'd hit a choke slam and all of a sudden, oh shit, is he going to win? And
Yeah.
we believed it for that second. For long title runs, we don't. And then I think everyone, like a lot of people were relieved when Drew won it. And that's good in the sense of like, this is what we've been waiting for, is something unexpected. But because it was unexpected, we all didn't think it was going to happen. So we were all flabbergasted. That's only going to last so many times when you go through title switches.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that these title switches are meaningful too.
No, I agree with you. And I'm also thinking about the last 4 or 5 McIntyre matches up until this last one. And if he would have had the title on him during those matches might have meant a lot more,
They might have.
especially that Hell in a Cell match. That, I mean, uh, I don't know. I like where we're at, and again, I'm going to say it. I'm going to uh, hope that they do give Drew at least 3 months. I think for
I want to
me,
see him retain it through Mania.
through Mania. Okay.
Past that, the only reason I wouldn't want to see him retain through Mania is Sami Zayn. So if that does come true, I would prefer Zayn get his moment at Mania, big conquering babyface moment over Drew. I think
Gotcha.
that makes the most sense there. Anybody else, Roman doesn't need to win at Mania. Give Drew
No.
something there.
Yeah.
Have someone else beat Drew in the next 2 months after that and make it meaningful there. Because
Or
then he gets a nice 5-month run.
or that SmackDown right after.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, they always try to pop us on the whatever Raw is at right after Mania or SmackDown, and I think with the rhythm that SmackDown's moving in, you could definitely pop a crowd doing
Mm-hmm.
that.
Thousand
I
percent.
mean, it would have to make sense and everything, and but um, I think that could be a moment. So we got a lot to think on with Drew,
Yeah.
with the possibilities of Braun Breaker. Where when are they going to pull the trigger on him? I mean, Kevin's saying a year out, and I'm okay with that. Um, I like that trajectory, but again, if they pull the trigger, I'm not complaining.
I'm not going to be mad if it come early.
Yeah, I'm
I'm just going
gonna
to be
watch.
wrong. And
Yeah,
on this show again, I have said many times, I love being wrong because that means I got worked. And
yep,
I like getting worked. I know not everyone does, and that's a controversial statement, but I like getting worked because that means I didn't predict it.
yeah, exactly. And I mean that just means that we're back in the magic
Yeah.
that made us fall in love with wrestling.
Speaking of
Um,
work, real quick,
yeah, go ahead.
before anything, Gunther's match with Styles.
Yes,
Okay, I loved that finish. I
yeah,
loved it so much. And
so
I
good.
know as you were watching that voice, that happened. You saw everything, and I'm sure in your head you're like, Kevin's gonna love that finish.
Yeah, I
He
did.
did. He did love that finish. He loved it. It was one of the most inventive ways to give
Yes,
somebody an out that I have ever seen.
man.
He tapped, but the ref couldn't see it because he was stealthy about it.
Yep,
And then he got the face to let go
so good.
because the face, he took advantage. So there's the wrestling tropes.
Your mic muted. Yeah,
Oh,
there
thank
you go.
you.
You're back.
The faces don't just hold the hold after they've won, right? They don't want
Right.
to keep inflicting damage on the heels. It's not that personal yet. So Styles won. He proved his point. He let go. Yeah, I'm the winner. He tapped, but the bell never rang. And then he realized it and he went back over to finish the job. And what did Gunther do? He took a shortcut
Yep.
like an asshole and then power bombed him. He didn't make Styles tap out. He power bombed him and pinned him off of a low blow and a power bomb.
Man.
It was magnificent.
Yeah.
And the fact that I think the live crowd was a little stunned in the sense of they didn't know what was going on.
Mhm.
And that's okay in that moment because you're not playing to the live crowd. You're playing to the crowd at home. You're playing to that confusion until you can show the camera angle that showed what happened. You don't want to show the camera angle until after the match at that point, which I know is wild. But if you showed the tap on the big Jumbotron and Titantron, everyone reacts and it doesn't work as well.
Yeah.
You want the 10 seconds of confusion, no bell to ring, everyone to be confused, and then for something to happen,
Yeah.
which was the low blow. And I love where they're going with Gunther post Cena. I know there was a lot of different opinions when it came to how Cena's thing should have ended and all that. And I saw a lot of the sides of it. I preferred the way that they went, but I definitely see all of the arguments of maybe Cena should have been put over by somebody else on the way out. All of these things. I don't think he should have beaten Gunther, but he could have faced anybody else too.
Yeah.
But now that they've done it, their follow-up to it, I think has been great. Because now he has the most talented shit-eating grin in wrestling that I have ever seen.
He does.
I love his work, and I still want to slap him across the face when I see
Yeah.
that fucking smile.
Yeah.
Because it's so cocky. Like, It's the best shit eating grin in the business, and I will
Yes.
stand on that business.
No.
And having him take not just one cheap way out, but two cheap ways out in one match in 15 seconds time.
Dude. Yeah.
Masterclass.
Yeah,
Masterclass. Because now you can bait Styles into another match.
exactly. And honestly, Gunther can deflect another match with AJ, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
I beat
And
you.
yeah, exactly. And that to me is great heel work. You are 100% right. Throughout that entire match, I knew that match was going to be one that you popped for, because the in-ring work throughout the entire match, the focus on the leg with the calf crusher,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I I haven't seen for me, I haven't seen great attention to details like that in a match since watching Brett and Owen go at it.
Yeah.
That
Or Benoit and Angle throughout their feud. We talked
it
about the ultimate submission.
yes. Yeah,
Same
oh,
basic premise.
yes. And honestly, it was so good by both guys in the ring. And the ref at the very end played it perfectly. And you're right, the face, as soon as he felt that tap, he jumped up and he was
He
like,
proved his
I
point.
did it. I finally did it. I said what I was going to do and I did it. And it was so beautiful because without the ref playing so hard into that, the sell, because honestly to me they were looking for that moment when Goldberg wins the title.
Mm-hmm.
Fans jumped off of their seat, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what they were jumping for. And I did jump up when I was like, whoa, he did it, AJ did it. And then it's like, wait, where's the bell?
Where's the bell? Yep.
Where is any of
That
that?
confusion voice. That was the key.
Oh my God. And it worked so, because it was like, did Tyson just bite Holyfield? Like, it was one of those moments.
Mm-hmm.
And when Gunther realized it, it paid off. And you got to credit who was the announcer at the time? Wade.
Wade Barrett called it.
Yes. Wade played JR perfectly.
Uh-huh.
Wade did his job
He
100%.
played King. Yeah, no, he played King because
Oh,
he was saying it doesn't matter. The ref didn't see it. It doesn't
yeah.
matter. The ref didn't see it.
Dude, it was so good. Like, everybody hit their spot to make that work. And
Mhm.
what that makes me excited for is, like you, the next page.
What's the
What's
next
next?
page? What's the
Where
next
are we
page for
going?
Gunther? Where's
Exactly.
Styles going after this?
Exactly. Because
Are
we
they going to
know,
have another match, or are they going to go this way? Because there's a bunch of different things Gunther could be going into.
yeah,
I don't know how many things Styles can go into, but he is such a good worker that you could fit him in basically anywhere.
yeah.
I think they continue this. This felt like a continuation angle in a match, but I could see them not doing it too.
I could see this being the setup for AJ's last match.
I think so too. That's I like. Okay, Minnesota is SummerSlam, correct?
Yep.
So we're thinking Brock Gunther then.
Yes.
That's what we're thinking. So then when if Gunther is going to be called the career killer, which they already have started talking about, they got it over on commentary. Styles having his last match in a retirement match at Mania. That would be huge. Not just for Gunther, but that's a huge stage to retire on that's fitting of Styles.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially for how long a lot of us AJ Styles fans waited for the moment to hear his music hit a WWE stage.
Bro, I popped out of my seat for that Rumble
Oh,
entrance.
me too.
And the
dude.
camera angle did not help.
No, no, man.
It was
Dude,
just a zoom in on Roman's face until we went over to the entrance.
that was the first time my wife realized that I am a wrestling fan. She's like, who is this? And I'm like, this. Oh my God, this is
Yeah.
AJ Styles.
This is like the biggest thing to happen in the last decade.
I was, dude. Oh man, yeah. I just, yeah. AJ was my first. Once I was finally out of high school,
Mm.
and I was on my own, had my first apartment, doing my own thing. He was the reason I went with only bologna sandwiches for a month so I could pay for the TNA pay per view because I
Oh,
wanted to watch AJ Styles
there
so
it is.
badly. And yeah, I remember that, and I loved every single bologna sandwich of that month. 'Cause I had steak that night. I was balling, and it was all because of AJ Styles. Because we as
Wrestling.
fans, I fall in love with these guys and what they
Mhm.
can do and the stories they tell. And when I seen him hit, like you seen him hit the WWE stage, it was so emotional. It was just so, like, you just finally can breathe and be like, awesome. His career is going to finish here. And
Yep.
that's what I thought about AJ. This would have been his
This can
just
be a great swan song for AJ.
there we go. That's exactly what I was looking for, the swan song. So I'm looking forward to it. I honestly, if they're going to be doing these last ones in special places, if they have a PLE that's anywhere near Atlanta, Georgia, that would be the spot to do it
That's
for
fun.
AJ, and it would go
You don't
huge.
have to do it at Mania.
You don't, but it's so fitting for his character, though.
Mhm.
I think that's where hopefully they focus at. But yeah. All right. So overall, I thought this Raw
This
was
Raw was
excellent.
great.
Yeah, it was.
Just lightning round. Women's tag division looks more stacked than ever.
Oh yeah,
Um, I love that Raquel is getting inserted into the women's world title picture. I love it. It's long overdue.
it is. It really is.
Um, I don't know if Seth Rollins comes out, but if you want to stick me to an answer, I'm going to say yes, and that's going to be Braun Breaker's match at Mania this year.
I could
Um,
see it.
Javon Evans, love that he's your favorite wrestler. He's so good.
He is
So
so
good.
good.
He'll get those titles, I promise. I don't
Yeah.
know when, I don't know how, but he'll get them.
Oh yeah, I
Trying
agree
to
on
think of the
that
other
one.
things that happened on Raw now.
Uh,
Uso is still over. He just
yeah,
walked out and just started eating. Still
dude,
over.
those guys. It's something with that DNA.
Mm-hmm. I it's easy to cheer for them, really.
Yeah.
They know who they are.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm excited to see where Becky Lynch goes after Maxine. I think Maxine got put over real nice during this whole thing. But Becky Lynch is going to hold that title into Mania. My assumption is AJ Lee and Becky Lynch.
I
And
could
I
see
think
that.
that's going to be a great match. Last but not least, I can't wait for Obafemi, baby. Show me a Brock Lesnar Obafemi push. Put it straight directly into my veins like I'm a goddamn crack addict. Give
Dude.
it to me.
Dude, I'm there with you. I think it would be a really cool idea, and this is just my personal idea, is if they place Braun Breaker to go face, just put Oba right there, and then he becomes Heyman's monster. And
I love it.
to me,
I love it.
you put Heyman with Oba, and Oba's over in months. Like
Oba's champ by SummerSlam. If you put Heyman with him,
and he holds it
it
for a
would not
little
shock
bit.
me if Obafemi beat Punk for the title.
Yeah,
It wouldn't shock me.
and honestly, it would be a boost in my opinion because the shock factor.
Yep.
It would shock the fuck
Think
out of the fans.
think Lesnar's trajectory right when he came in.
No,
2002, he came in, murdered Rob Van Dam and the Hardys, I believe was his first entrance into everything. He murdered the Hardys both. I believe it was a handicap match that he just killed them both in. Like, screw it. Let's kill the Hardys. And then he killed RVD at the King of the Ring. He won King of the Ring and then immediately beat The Rock at SummerSlam. Like, he just, in 4 months, they're just like, Brock Lesnar's the guy now.
yeah, dude, and
He never looked back.
You could do the same with Oba, and you would not skip a beat. I'm there for it. Jacob Fatu is coming back. I don't know if he's joining the Bloodline.
I don't want him at the Bloodline. The
No.
reason that is, for me, I think the Bloodline is kind of separated right now, and I want to keep them separated so that they can come back later. Think
Yeah.
2-3 years down the line.
Yeah.
Because I think you still got some money in the bloodline, but right now, Jacob Fatu needs to be away specifically from Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns is going to overshadow Jacob Fatu.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob Fatu is a rare talent. He is like a Braun Breaker. He has those intangibles, but he has a different kind of intangibles. He's unstable in a different way that Braun Breaker is unstable.
Yes.
And Jacob Fatu needs to be off on his own specifically right now so that we can establish him up here so that when we're ready for Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu, they feel like they're here instead of here.
Yeah, dude. And I honestly, I don't mind if he's an ally to the bloodline every so
Allies
often.
are fine.
You can
Come
be
in every
that
so
ally.
often.
Yeah, but I'm agreeing with you, Kevin. We got to keep him as far as possible to keep that story for the big payoff at the end.
Give me a Mania match between Fatu and Roman Reigns.
Oh, God, give it to me. It will be fun. Mm-hmm. All right, Kevin. I think we hit Raw pretty well. It was
we hit
great
so
episode.
many things. You know,
we did.
I feel like we got to a couple Raw things, but it was mostly just fan interaction. So round of applause to the people in the chat. Thanks for the questions. Thanks for the opinions that got us talking.
And we're here every Monday night at 6 p.m. Tuesday. Dang it. Yeah, Tuesday night.
We're still getting used to the switch.
Yeah, man, and I thought I had it down, but I didn't. So Kevin, if there's anything you want to shout out, anything you want to get out there, let them know now. And then we will venture off.
You can always follow me at Kevin Kalloway on Facebook, Kalloway Kevin on Instagram. And this beauty here will get defended in February, the New Edge Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, in another one of the classic Kevin Kalloway Prove Me Wrong challenges. Haven't been proved wrong yet. Doubt it will happen. I just assume I'm going to retire with this title at this point.
I like it. I like the confidence.
And you can also find me at CCW. Or Ringmaster's Lab is the name of the new school, and I'm going there as a nice favor to my friend Christopher Morsifer, and I will be facing him. Great friends we are, but boy, do I love beating him up. And that'll be on the 28th for his birthday and mine, because mine's the 29th.
Beautiful, man.
I got some games to beat. I've been challenged by my beautiful wife, Annie O'Neill, to beat a couple games before January 28th. And then she would buy me a game that I've been looking forward to. So I might, maybe I'll pop onto a stream every so often, get a little bit of it taped.
Beautiful. I love it. So go follow Kevin if you want to stay up to date with all the video game action and all what he's doing in wrestling. It's a fun follow. You'll enjoy your time. Again, fans, if you enjoyed this, come back next month or Tuesday at 6 p.m. We will be here doing exactly what you just seen, and hopefully you're in the chats and we can have a discussion again. Outside of that, tomorrow we are doing the ECW watch along. That's where me and House, we sit around and we watch tables, we watch fire, we watch people beating the hell out of each other, and we invite you to come and watch it and enjoy it. I take House down a journey of some ECW shows he may not have seen, and then some highlights that we do of ECW wrestlers. Exactly what we're doing tomorrow, we're not sure. It's either Tajiri or a new one that I'm thinking, and I'm going to highlight the three-way dance out of ECW. We'll give you 2 matches that involved a three-way dance, and there's been some great ones in ECW. So come and join me in House at 6 p.m. on that one for tomorrow night. Thursday, it is the Dynamite. Yeah, come and join us. It's the AEW Dynamite recap where me and OG Tony and House sit around and talk AEW, and it's a fun time. It's a newer show and we're getting it off the ground. You guys are responding well to it. We have a big AEW fan base and we are loving every moment of it. Outside of that show, fans, it's the Saturday, the Into the Static with me, the voice, where we go down rabbit holes and we talk to aliens and talk about things that may or may not have happened or may just be in somebody.
Is your host name Alice because you go down rabbit holes?
I wish, but people
why isn't it then?
Well, because it's me. People would be like, what voice? What's going
Alice
on
the
with
voice. There we go.
There we go. Maybe I
Alice
can
the
get it.
Voicey land.
Ooh, Kevin, now you just gave me an idea of having an AI co-host named Alice.
Perfect.
Okay.
Love
All
it.
right. We see Kevin's helping me write shows already. So fans, come join us. That's a Saturday. That's 8 p.m. It's a fun time. It's where you're allowed to let your hair down and have some fun. So for In Your House, for me, for Kevin.
Hey, and do not forget to follow In Your House Wrestling Podcast on Facebook, on them socials. Yeah, that's how you know when we go live, baby. Because that, sometimes we're a little late. Sometimes we work on our own time, and that's okay. But like, this will give you them updates. This will give you,
Hey, Kevin's giving you the cliff notes to life, and if you're not taking notes, man, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. Like, you get your shit together. We'll get you where you need to be through In Your House. Just follow the socials, and you'll know. We absolutely adore you guys and cannot wait for the expo coming up in March. We are definitely going to show expos and vendors how to do
exposés.
An expo at an expose.
Questions. I'll ask them.
Yes,
that some kind of random suit.
There we go. Fans, that is an idea that we threw out into the chat. We need your questions. Okay, so what we would like you guys to do is go to the Squared Circle Expo website, their Facebook page, whatever it is. Look at who they're going to have there. And then if you've ever had a question that you've wanted to ask one of those guys, you can send it to us, submit it to us, and we will say your name and tell them that's the question that was asked. We're taking donations for this. $1 would be awesome. But we will give you your credit no matter what. Even if you don't give anything, we will give you your credit because we will also stockpile any other questions, and we will give them to our guests that come on, or we'll just have some of our professionals on IYH answer them for you. So fans, keep in touch with us. Like Kevin said, follow the socials. You'll be able to be a part of all of that and join the Discord because we will be amping that way up coming closer to March for everybody to get sneak peeks at things. So for IYH, for me, and for Kevin, we will catch you on the next one. Bye.